Reason 6,438 of why I can't be friends with other black people. A lot of times they're very religious, and I am not religious. Not only am I not religious, I'm also a queer person and I'm transgender. And I have gone to college, I've gone to grad school, I've done a lot of introspection and deconstruction about religion. I've learned about all types of religion, and I don't believe. And a lot of black people do. They're very Christian, and I am not. And although I respect other people's religions, most Christians don't respect people who are not religious or who are atheists or agnostic. They immediately believe that they're devil worshippers or that they don't have any morals. It's just like very judgmental kind of interactions that I've had. And you could say, well, not all Christians, but every Christian that I've interacted with have been like this. So whenever I come across people abroad who are black, they typically are Christian, and then I can't. There's nothing we're gonna vibe about, because your whole basis of belief is in something that I think is like adult Santa Claus. It's based on slavery and colonization, and I just don't believe in things that were pushed on to people who were subjugated, who were enslaved. It was the only thing that people could believe. They were taken from their homeland. They were stripped of their beliefs, their religion, their families. They were raped. They were forcibly bred, and then were told you could only believe in this white God. And then this whole group of people, instead of denouncing that, doubled down on it and like used it as inspiration to like, come out of slavery or for the civil rights movement and all that. But still at the same time putting down women, like keeping women as second class citizens during this whole time. Like there's so many flaws with it. There's too many flaws with it, and I will call it out. And then that I can't have relationships with black people because of that, because of their ingrained belief in something that I think is childish. And I will tell them, I'll be like, that makes no sense. It doesn't have any logic, and it is literally an adult version of Santa Claus. And that is really condescending, and it hurts people's feelings. And I'm like, I don't know. People tell me I'm not real all the time. So I don't know. It's like people tell me that my beliefs are crazy, that I'm trans is not real all the time. But if I tell a Christian person that their beliefs are based on illogical truths, then I'm a bad person. So I've just resided in not interacting with Christians, or just not telling black people that I'm not a Christian. And it kind of sucks, because it's like it is almost impossible for me to make community with black people, because that is like almost 90% of the interactions are going to be with people who are Christian. So how am I supposed to even have community with these people when I don't have a base belief that they do? The business that I do is like I help people move abroad. I help people get clear on their financial education and literacy. And I would love to help other black people do that. But if the basis of their beliefs stem from Christianity, it's almost like it's a mute issue then. Like it's mute. Like we can't really interact with each other, because that's going to be the basis of how they like do everything. And I'm going to come from a place of logic, and that's going to be that's going to be a conflict most of the time. So then I end up just like only kind of talking to people who are queer, because I'm like, well, I want to help my other demographics that I belong to, which would be the queer community, the LGBTQ community. Then that just means I like segregate a whole part of my personality, or a whole part of my identity from my business, which really sucks. Like I would love to work with black people. I really would like to help them better their lives, but there's this like huge wall, which is Christianity, which is their white God, their Jesus.
Shout out to Black Atheists.
Shout out to the Black Atheists. If you're out there, the thing about being black and atheist is like we don't have much in common, because the only thing that we have in common is that we don't believe. Like there's no like ideology.
That's a big commonality though. Because the fact that you are black and comfortable identifying as an atheist, that in and of itself is kind of a vetting process.
True. Where do I find my peoples? Where are you?